Hello folks and welcome to 4 Season Backpacking. Please subscribe for the latest outdoor adventure videos. Well folks, I'm lucky enough to be a proud owner of the Mavic Air Fly More combo. Let's take a look at it. So I've got this nice case which I can actually, I believe, fit the actual drone in, the 3 batteries and the controller, but I probably will not be taking that on a hike. Actually, I'll show you what's inside it. So it's a bit awkward holding the camera and opening the bag at the same time. That's what's inside it. So you've got all the little compartments there for the charging wires and drone, I believe. I've not actually tried that yet, but I believe it all can fit in there. And then here's the, I'm not sure what that is. This is first impressions, by the way. I've literally just opened the box. Obviously that would be the charging lead. And there's the plug that plugs into it. It's a UK version. I've got 3 batteries because it's the Fly More combo. Really, because the time suggested is 21 minutes, but in reality you're probably going to get 18, 17 minutes at the most flight time. Yeah, I don't know that for sure because I haven't tried it. This is just from what I've heard. And these are the repeller guards. So I can test it out inside without worrying about... Oh, by the way, the blades are different to my Mavic Pro, I've noticed. They're fixed, they don't fold in. So if you hit your finger's probably had it, to be honest. That's probably why it's got these protective things for when you're messing around in the house with it. And the control is much more basic than the original Mavic Pro controller. Actually, I was thinking it was going to be lighter, but it actually feels, not sure, it feels heavier, I think. I could be wrong, but I believe it's supposed to be lighter than the Mavic Pro original controller. But yeah, it's more heavy than I thought it would be. But this is light. The actual drone itself, obviously it's not got the battery in at the moment, but the batteries are very light, I have to say. They're very light. This is probably the case I use for when I am actually hiking. I just use this case for the drone rather than taking this case because it's a lot of extra weight, and I'd probably wrap up these batteries in clothes and the controller in clothes, because you can take the joysticks off of this one. You have to put those together when you fly the craft. When you're ready to fly, there's little joysticks in here, you want to screw them into there, apparently. As I said, it's first impressions. I've got spare blades here. Yeah, the thing about the blades not folding in is I'm a little bit disappointed. That's one thing I'm disappointed about, actually, because a lot with the do they fold in? Not folded. They're fixed, I think. They seem like they're fixed. But with the Mavic Pro I've just had, they fold in. So if you hit blades of grass and stuff when you're taking off, it doesn't damage the motors so much, but obviously that's going to it'll damage the blade, and imagine your finger hitting that if it doesn't fold in. So yeah, that's I wonder if you can get folding in blades for that. It's not something I've looked into. As I said, this is totally first impressions of this. What else? Then you got the USB leads. I'm not sure what this is. I'll have a look at that later. And I guess that's a lead for charging up the controller. Okay folks, well I'm charging up one of the batteries. It has got a stand for 4 batteries. but it doesn't charge them all at once. What it does, it charges one, then it will charge the next, and then it will charge the next, and the next. So that, for now, I'm just charging up this battery. And the reason why I'm charging up this battery first is because it only had one power level on the battery indicating, and if the batteries go down too low, it can damage the battery. So I'm hoping this battery hasn't been damaged from being in storage too long. But the other two batteries have got three or two bars on, so they should be okay. So I'm going to do this one first. Okay, folks. So now I've got the control on charge. That uses a USB. So I'm not sure how long that takes to charge. It's the first time charging it, as I've just said. It's the first time using this, first time getting out of the box. And it's up to 3 on the bar there, so it shouldn't take too long, I would have thought. Okay, folks, so that's what it looks like with all the 3 batteries I've got with the combo on. And I've got this as well. I'm not sure what it is. It's got a USB socket on it, and it's got a socket what looks like plugs into this station here. So I'm presuming that I can charge up my batteries by USB as well, which is, you know, it's going to be ideal because I can use solar then as well. I've got loads of battery packs, so in reality I don't even really need to get another one of these batteries. I can just use one, charge it up, use the other, and you know, while I'm out in the field. So that saves me buying really expensive you know, drone batteries. So I've, you know, got 3 already, and just charge one up with a battery pack or solar power, I guess. So yeah, I'll test that out soon. Okay, folks, so I've almost charged the battery up, but not fully, but I'm in a rush before sunset. I want to test it tonight. So that's the battery plugged in. That's quite a stiff plug. Seems to be in okay. Yeah, okay. So what do we do now? I'm guessing that is the bottom. Oh, the switch is on the bottom for switching it on. On the Mavic Pro, the switch is on the top. Okay, so now I'm going to switch that on. Yep, similar to... Oh. It's a bit weird putting it on the... oh, I know what I've got to do. Right, so... I didn't have the aerials up. The little legs, these little legs fold in and fold out. I've just unfolded those, they're out now. I've got the gimbal off. So now I've got to pair the drone up with the phone, I guess. Basically what I had to do was switch the controller on, press a link on here and press a button in here till it beeped. Now it's connecting, and apparently linking process will occur any minute now. Apparently. Linking timed out, okay. Okay, I've got to try again. Or is it connected already? I don't know. Okay, press and hold function button on the rear of the aircraft. Okay, so I've got to press and hold this, the rear of the aircraft. Okay, to hear a beep. Yeah, I've heard a beep. And then link, I guess. Press link. Okay, now apparently it should connect. Yep, it's connected. Cool. So that's done. Next, activate Mavic Air. Activate your aircraft when you connect it for the first time to receive a 1 year's warranty. Okay. Okay, so as this has probably been sitting in storage for some while, this one, it is brand new, but I think it's been sitting in storage for a while. I've got to do probably a lot of updates, so I'm going to start that now. Update now the fly safety database. So this might take some time. So folks, I'm ready to use it now. Take it out. It says I cannot take off. That's probably some indoors. I've got it on 4K, 25 frames per second, ISO 100, shutter 50. What else we got? We've got white balance and the cloud setting, sin-like colour, however you say that. I should know that by now. Yeah, so that's the settings, all the settings I can think of telling you about at the moment. Okay, of course, I've just brought the Mavic out. I've got GPS and everything. Of course, there's another firmware update I didn't see when I was inside. I should have done it then. And it's a slight bit of drizzle. I don't want to get it too wet on its first flight. It seems to be all working. I'll just do this update now. Oh man, I made a serious mistake not updating it. I updated what I thought was all needed and updated in the house, but of course there are more updates now. I've come out here, and it's just a firmware update. The other was a fly safe update for the database, you know, like the sort of restricted zones. I am now testing out charging my drone batteries in the field. So at the moment I've got the drone batteries on charge, as you can see there, and I've got the controller on charge, all from an Omi 20 battery pack. I still need to take the charging brick, unfortunately, but the benefit of this will charge within maybe 2 hours. It takes 2 hours to charge, fast charge. That also takes a fairly big plug. It's not as big as this though, but it would also charge by USB. So the Omi 20 will actually charge by USB, whereas the actual Mavic Air, it doesn't charge by USB, which is a great shame because it's a really light drone. It's probably one of the lightest drones that does 4K, I believe, still. And so my solution is with the Omi 20 battery pack. One thing I do like about the fact that it uses one of this brick to charge it is that the battery's charged extremely quickly compared to, I believe, the Mavic Mini battery's charged by USB, which is really handy for travelling, but you have to charge them overnight because they take a long time to charge, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but these charge so quick. I think like within an hour usually I can charge these up, these drone batteries for the Mavic Air with this battery pack. But at the moment I'm just seeing how much this is on 100%. Each one of these was on 2 bars, 2 of them. One of them was on sort of like 4 bars. So see how much power is left in this after it's charged all 3 of these batteries and the controller, or even if it can charge them all up and still have some power left in this. Okay, so this Omi 20 battery pack actually charged 3 of my drone batteries and my control with 3% power left in the battery pack. Bear in mind though, none of these were nowhere near completely drained the power, and the same for the control. So probably we're talking it would charge 2 fully discharged batteries and maybe some of this, I think, in real life. Okay, so I'm going to do a comparison with the Mavic Air, my new drone, and my old drone, the old Mavic Pro. So first off, let's see how heavy the old Mavic Pro is in grams. So we've got grams up there on the scale. So this is a Mavic Pro. I'm just going to take the gimbal cover off. That is 741 grams with the battery in, ready to fly. So that's 441 grams for the old Mavic Pro. Let's have a look at the see how the Mavic Air is. Mavic Air, I should say. 434 grams with the battery in and the gimbal cover removed, the same as I did with the Mavic Pro. So much lighter. Let's check out the weight of the batteries. So this is the old Mavic Pro battery, fully charged. 240 grams, 239 grams actually, there it says. And this is a Mavic Air battery, fully charged. 140 grams. This is the old Mavic Pro controller. I said that right, didn't I? So that's 307 grams. And this is the Mavic Air controller. It has got the little joysticks in there as well, so that's included in the weight. So that is 275 grams. Now I'm going to tell you the good points of the Mavic Air. The Mavic Air is lighter than the old Mavic Pro I had, so that's a good point. The battery is lighter than the old Mavic Pro batteries. The controller is lighter than the old Mavic Pro controller. The video quality is supposed to be better. It looks better so far from what I've seen, but it does 4K at 100 Mbps, whereas this does 4K at 60 Mbps. Both drones handle wind quite windy situations really well, but I think from the goes I've had on this so far, the Mavic Air actually seems to be able to handle wind better than the Mavic Pro. And of course, the Mavic Air is smaller in size than the old Mavic Pro, and not only that, the batteries are smaller in size as well. Just to show you, that's a Mavic Air battery, and this is a Mavic Pro battery, old Mavic Pro battery. The size difference you can see there. Oh, a really good thing actually is the Mavic Air seems to be, to me, much quieter than the Mavic Pro. The noise this makes seems to me much louder than the Mavic Air. Now, I have to say, I was the first person to say that I think sensors are pointless. You only need the ground sensors. But because I found sensors on the old Mavic Pro, to be annoying more than anything when you're filming. It just stops dead, and it's not even near an object, or it's not too near the ground, and it just stops dead when you've getting a really nice shot, and it just ruins the shot. But of course, as you know, the reason why I've got this, the new Mavic Air, upgraded to that, is because I was reversing backwards and in normal speed mode, low to the ground, and I was being impatient and I crashed it into the ground because there are no sensors in the back, so there's nothing to stop it, and that had damaged the gimbal. That's why I bought this new one. This one's broke at the moment. I'm probably going to fix it and sell it. So yeah, the Mavic Air has sensors on the front, back and bottom, whereas the old Mavic Pro does not have any sensors on the back. It only has them on the front and bottom, and this one's got them on the back as well, so this one wins over with the sensors. I didn't think I need them, but I'm quite impressed with the sensors on here. They're not much of an annoyance. I found them to be more useful than annoying. Compared to this, they seem to be much more accurate compared to the old Mavic Pro. Now, a feature that I very rarely used on the old Mavic Pro is the active track mode, mainly because I found it to be really useless. Not good at all. You needed really good light conditions and hardly any wind for it to work, and even then it wasn't very good. You really couldn't run with it without losing the drone within, you know, we wouldn't follow you for very long before losing you. Where, as I've been trying this out for a bit, I've not really run with it, but I've walked with it in lowish light, strong wind, and it works fine. It's brilliant. I'm really impressed with it, the active track mode on this drone. And, you know, as I film adventures, hiking on mountains and stuff, I really couldn't use the active track for that. With this one, it's just, I found it rubbish. Whereas the Mavic Air, it seems really good, actually. I'm surprised. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it is. And now for things I don't particularly quite like on the Mavic Air compared to the old Mavic Pro. The first thing is the transmission, the controllers. The old Mavic Pro uses OcuSync 1, which is brilliant. I've never had any problems with it, signal-wise. Very rarely, okay, I have had problems with it in suburbia, but mostly it's been okay. The first thing I noticed when using Wi-Fi on the Mavic Air is in suburbia. The interference was terrible, but since then I've figured out how to minimise that interference by selecting my own Wi-Fi channel rather than putting it on auto, and that seems to have done the trick. But I would say this is far more prone to interference than this, and of course I found that flying this when you go behind an object such as a tree, it's really easy to lose signal on this, which is really annoying. But it's something I can live with for the positive things of this. But I really wish this was OcuSync. That's one main drawback compared to the old Mavic. The transmission on that is perfect on the old Mavic. By the signal not being good, you basically get the video feed gets jolty. You lose the video. The first day I used it, I wasn't even getting 200 meters away in suburbia before the signal cut out. But as I said, I've altered the settings on the Wi-Fi, and I'm basically getting the maximum distance you're allowed to fly in Britain, 500 meters. So that is perfect. But if there are any obstacles such as trees, then that transmission's likely to be, it's likely to cut out. Another thing is, even though this is quieter, the Mavic Air is quieter than this. I believe that one of the reasons why it's quieter is because the type of blades are used. They're fixed, they're not foldable blades, which means if you hit anything, I'm guessing it's going to damage the motors more or burn out the motors more easily, whereas these are folding blades, so if you hit some up, they fold in like that, whereas these don't fold in. And also, that also means, I'm guessing, that if you touch this when it's spinning, you're going to do some serious damage to your fingers, or whatever these hit is going to do some serious damage, I would think, unless there's some safety feature that cuts out the engines. I'm not sure. I've not read up on that, or I don't, as this is like in a first impression video. But these do not fold, whereas these do, and I prefer the folding blades. I think they're a good safety feature, and they protect the motors more. But I'm guessing the reason why this is quieter, the bonus of it being quieter, is because they're non-folding blades. Another thing I know is even though the Mavic Air can definitely fly in the winds better, if you're flying facing the wind, the gimbal seems to get blown facing down. It moves the gimbal to a facing down. Now, I'm not too sure if it does that to protect the gimbal, or there's a fault with this drone, or that's just the way it is. I'm not sure. But with this drone I got, was supposed to be brand new. I got a good deal on it, so hopefully it's not a refurbished drone and they were just saying it's new. But I did get a really good deal on it though. That's why I'm wondering whether it really is brand new. But it looks brand new when I got it. It just didn't have the cellophane or protective film on it when I got it, which is making me wonder whether it's refurbished. But it's got stickers on. It's got the protective film on there. It didn't have it on the lens though. Definitely, no, it's not on the lens. But yeah. So when it, as I said, when it faces the wind, for some reason the gimbal blows down if it's a really windy day. But if I'm reversing away from the wind, it's fine. Whereas this one didn't do that, the old Mavic Pro, but it did shake the gimbal about a bit, so you couldn't get smooth footage anyway. Like facing the wind, the gimbal would be shaking too much, and it'd make the video clip unusable, really. I like the fact that both the drones, the batteries charge up really quick. They charge up quick. The only drawback is you've got to carry like I can get it, show you. Excuse the noise. You have to carry a big charging brick around with you. So basically, this is the charger. That's the whole charger, and that is the only drawback of having batteries that charge fast. Unlike with the Mavic Mini, the new one that's come out, it does charge by USB, but you have to charge the batteries overnight. They take a long, I think over 12 hours to charge or something crazy like that. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I've heard somewhere that's how long it takes to charge. It is by USB, whereas these charge up quick. But the drawback is you've got to carry the brick around with you. I mean, it's not. Wait there. Let's weigh the brick. So the Mavic Air charger weight with all the things you need, but it comes with the charger. It comes with the plug and the brick and everything. It's 384 grams. Thanks for watching, folks. Do please check out the description. There you'll find links for all the products in this video where you can buy them. Take care.